Hi, how are ya? So here's where we're at in our situation. A lifelong journey with a radiator that wanted to leak. Different radiators, wrong size radiators. Finally got the right size cord and swapped it out. We're ready to dump some coolant into this. Everything's hooked up, so that's what we're about to do. On the show, on the Chad Tegan YouTube channel show. What's going on, folks? It's Monday. Manic Monday. Oh, that'll lighten up the situation a lot. And out in the garage here, I've got to do a little bit of prep work here. I've got this radiator, this new one. You know, the end of that video, you seen me swapping stuff around and stuff in the cart and whatnot, and getting ready to do stuff. Well, I got all the pans off that other one and stuff, and then I had to go to the baby's party, so that's what I did. And then it's like 40 some degrees out anyways. Saturday night I ended up passing out as soon as I got home, and then like 10 o'clock at something in the night I woke up and I was like, man, I'm gonna go out there and do that stuff. So I started doing it, and I got the bottom pan on here. I had to end up drilling some spots out because the holes just didn't line up. These ones didn't at all, so I had to basically tap new holes down in here. Like you can see right here, these ones, I don't have the, I got the cork on here already, but like these ones right here, they're not lined up, period. So those will need retapped out and stuff. And like this stuff just doesn't line up the way it should. These things you gotta maneuver anyways and get to where you want to. But when I went to put the top pan on, okay, I measured the distance from here and here, because when I put these on up here, this distance wasn't the same. So there is like it's 1 1/8 inches to center, or 6 1/8 to center. But down here, it's like 6 3/8. So I've got some, you know, finagling I've got to do, because I had the pan on and one side would go in, okay? The one side was in, I had them all in, the bolts and stuff. But over here, it was way off. And then this was sticking out on the one side, and this was way in on the other side, and it wasn't as flush as what I would have liked it. So I thought to myself, I took it off. I'm like, I'm not doing this. I'm not just gonna put it together. Starting to get a little tired and, you know, worn down, I guess, if you will. You know, I was like, I'm not just going to throw this thing together because I want it together. You know, I took that pan off, and I'm like, I've got to do it the right way. So I've got this one right here. I've opened up a little bit. Obviously, you can see it's bigger than that one. And I'm just going to take my time, and basically, I can't necessarily drill them out, you know. That's getting closer right there for the middle. That's about 6 1/4. So I need to get to 6 3/8 though for center to center. So what I'm going to do is I've got this nice little bit right here, because I can't take a drill bit and just drill it. But this thing is like a diamond cutting bit, you know, and that'll just clean that stuff up, and it does. I use that to like polish you know, things down and stuff like that. And I've got another bit over here. We ran to the store and I bought one of these. This is for a Dremel, and I use these things. They're awesome. And it's got those little teeth in there. and that will cut that kind of stuff. If you need to cut through some metal or something, those things are the shit, man. They just boom right through like a knife and hot knife and butter. But yeah, this guy right here, I'm just gonna take and I'm gonna stick it under here like so, and I'm just gonna go and clean these out and open this up kind of like this, you know. And that'll just open that hole up versus me taking a drill bit and trying to stick down in there and open up, because I don't necessarily want to make the hole any bigger, because I don't need the hole any bigger. I just need it out a little bit farther. So I pretty much got to do it to all these. And then the bottom ones, I'll have to retap anyways once I get the pan on. So I won't mess with that right now. That's why I got the blue tape covering that up. Because like I said, I did have to do one of the sides for in the bottom, or the whole one front or back, and then those over here on the bottom. So, you know, once I get it done, I'll have to clean it up and blow everything off and make sure everything's cool. But yeah, it's coming together. It's just one of those things that it's going to take probably, you know, a while. We'll see. I'm just doing this before I go to work. Then I'm going to go to work and I'll work on it here. But it's supposed to be in the 40s for like till Wednesday and rain. And then Thursday, it's supposed to jump back up in the 70s. So hopefully I'll just do some work inside the garage. And then by the time it's nice, I'll have everything prepped and ready, because even if this was put back together, I wouldn't just go slapping it in right now because it's raining and stuff, you know, and the weather sucks. So I'll wait until it's a little bit nicer to do that. So that's a progress report on this. Hopefully when I come back, I'll have it all together. All right, folks, little progress report here. Did what I wanted to do, did exactly what I wanted it to do. Just mock this up real quick because I still have tape over the shutters, flutters, I don't know what you call them, but whatever that is. So I did throw some bolts in here. You know, I just mocked it up. These ones are 3 that are stationary, except for this guy. They always go right there. And, you know, I threw them down first, and whoops, I just kicked something here. Losing some stuff. But yeah, I mocked up the corners and everything. You can you know, you can see the opening there in the difference, which is fine. Once I've got other stuff, you know, like this bracket will go down under here, and then I'll pull that tight and stuff, so it's not a big deal. I'm not going to lose any sleep over anything of that nature. But yeah, I just want to mock it up first and just slap some different bolts in there at different spots, make sure that they all slid down in there okay, and they all did, so that's good. And that only took me probably about an hour to do, so I didn't really, you know, that thing just eats that stuff up, and that's kind of softer material anyways. It's not like it's no thick metal, so it's what it is. I just have a mess of dust and little shrapnel shavings all over my sweater here. It's hard to be pretty when you're working on stuff like this all the time and whatnot, but it's what it is. It's done, and now I can take this off. I can take that tape off. Honestly, if I wanted to, I can start throwing that bad boy together, but I don't know if I will or not, because I think it's noon. What up? Well, back in the garage the next day here, and I just want to show you real quick the difference of like the bolt holes on the end, because that you know, that's something crazy. Okay, I have not drilled these yet. I just put these on just to tighten it, because, you know, everything else is good. I had taken this off because I still have tape and shit under there, because I'm going to drill these holes out, and I want to make sure that I don't get anything in there. Okay, there's my finger for that one right there. All right, and that's right there. So that's the difference right there. It's quite a difference. So this one is just back farther, so when I drill this one, it'll basically just clean that out some, but that's completely different hole, and I don't want the shrapnel, you know, getting up in there. That's why I'm gonna drill the holes, then I'm gonna take the tank back off, spray everything out, make sure there's no residue or anything like that, and then I'll be able to slap the tank back on and tighten everything up probably. all painted up, you know, ready to rock and roll. I end up flipping that thing back over. Whew, strong in here. I'm gonna have to go inside quick. Oops, sorry about that. Did I get you? My jacket? Yeah, it did. Oh well. Anywho, oh, it's strong in here. And I'm gonna have to go inside quick. I had that respirator on. Didn't think I'd be doing it, but then I'm doing it, you know what I mean? And we're doing it, and we did it. So painted it up, got it all painted up, ended up flipping that thing back over, taking the bottom pan off because I was curious about a couple of spots I had to drill in. I wanted to make sure there was no metal flakes in the you know, the cork and stuff like that. So I went back through, took it off, flipped it over, took it off after I did the top and made sure all that stuff was good. Flipped it over, took the stuff off, checked it out, cleaned out everything I needed to. Ooh, we gotta get out of here. And then I flipped it back over, put the top on, did what I had to do with it, made sure everything was tight, torque lated everything down, painted it up, and bada bling, bada bling. I'm just gonna leave it sit there because I'm not gonna move it since it's all painted. I end up using, because when I talked to the dude, he said that they used the special stuff. He said don't use regular shit because it'll flake off. So I used this you know, engine paint, which is up to 500 degrees. So I just gave it a quick spritz. I didn't hose it down too much or anything like that. You know, I just wanted to give it a nice once over, give it a little bit of a protection on the front and back, and then, you know, so be it, so be it. So it's what it is. Tomorrow morning, I'll probably come out here and try to move the shit around or whatever. At least get it out the way. I don't know. We'll see what happens, man. It could just sit there the whole time, and I might not even move it at all. I don't know, but all I do know is that thing's ready to go in the truck. So to the next thing, you know. What is going on? Today is the day. It is the D-Day for the Radiator to go in the truck. There it is, sitting there in the Cushman. Pulled it out yesterday on hump day, and you know, that's what I did. I pulled it out yesterday because I wanted to get the car back in the garage because I had washed the green truck. Let's go out here and do some shit. Wash the green truck. So it needed wash. I hate when it's dirty. And turn down. Packaged that up, stuck it on the back of the Cushman, hoisted it up like I normally do. You know, I do that stuff when I hoist it up. And I hoisted it up, spun it around, put it down where I needed it to go. And I can't believe there's still water on that car. Threw it in there and pulled it out because it don't need to be in here. Man, it's freaking chilly. It is freaking chilly too. It's supposed to be raining. It's supposed to have some rain coming through here. 44 degrees. High of 52, so we'll deal with it. And we got a constant wind of 12 miles an hour. Supposed to pick up to 13, then drop down. So that's what I'm dealing with right now in these elements. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end up hooking you up somewhere, putting you on a time lapse. I'll jack the cab up, I'll back the Cushman up, I'll slap it in, because that's what I need to do. I need to slap it in, and then I'll fill it up and fire it up and see how it goes. Well, I'll fill it up and see if it leaks, which I doubt it will. Oh, I got faith. I've got faith. So that's what's going on today. You know what I mean? Well, here's where we're at, folks. Currently in our situation of the truck and getting the radiator in. Obviously, as you can see, the radiator is in the truck. Now, the only thing I need to do, besides take a drink of this beer and somewhat a victory celebration for doing all that by myself once again, is I'll take you over and show you one of these rubber gaskets, these little boots that this radiator sits down in. Never come out, you know, come off. It didn't stay in the little cup like the passenger side did. And I'll get your eyes on here in a second once I get down. Right here, see how that rubber's in right there? That one stays on the thing, and I've tried to take it off multiple times. And it just won't plop down in there. That's what you see me doing, trying to shove that thing down in there because I couldn't get that one lined up. But then once I got that lined up, it was cool. And obviously you can see it was on that metal bushing right there and shoved it down a little bit. But that's why I got Big Chachi out right here. A Big Chachi out right here and the spacers and the bolts for that. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that spacer and and stick it on there, and I'm just going to pull it down through with Big Chachi because I got that all lubed up right there. So that's what's going to happen on that. When I throw that on there and tighten that up, that should push that bushing back up, and then this is going to be in besides, you know, hooking the rest of the stuff up, which shouldn't take me too long. So I'll probably cut you out and do that shit off camera, maybe take a break and, you know, collect my thoughts and thank Lord for no accidents, anything like that. Really didn't damage the rad at all, except for when I was putting this on. There's one spot right down there you can see. Well, I can see. I doubt you can because the fan might be in the way. Right there, the middle of this caught it and just made a little bit of a gash. Other than that, I didn't damage the radiator at all, so I'm glad about that. So that's what's up. Like I said, I'm gonna cut you out. I'm gonna do that real quick, and then I will I'll bring you back when I tie everything up, you know, when I feel like it. So, well, we're gonna pause for the calls and take a break from our regular scheduled action because it's slating out. Look at that. Look at that stuff bouncing off there. I don't know if you can see it or not. Look at that little stuff. Look at this shit. I'm laying under the freaking truck. I'm hooking up this last nozzle piece because I basically got everything hooked up, okay? I got all those hoses hooked up. They're not tight yet. I got other stuff down there I got to do. I got that one freaking hose I got to hook up. Then I can start dumping water and shit. And I hear tish, 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 click, clack, clack, clack. It's freaking sleet, hail. This is, I don't know. Insanity. That's what it is. It's in freaking sanity. So I got to get that thing done. Other than that, then I'm going to start dumping water. And I'm not going to hook up the fan, this shroud or anything like that yet because I want to. I'm going to dump water before I do anything. I'm not jacking this cab down until I dump water and I know there's no leak. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to check that real quick. So I'll be back. But I figured I'd get you in on that because it's insanity. Now, if it starts raining for some odd reason, I'm going to be pissed because I really don't feel like doing this in the rain. But I will if I got to because I'm that kind of guy. You know what I mean? I'm working on my second brewski, so that's what it is. Two for. Hi, how are ya? So here's where we're at in our situation. A lifelong journey with the radiator that wanted to leak. Different radiators, wrong size radiators. Finally got the right size cord and swapped it out. We're ready to dump some coolant into this. Everything's hooked up, so that's what we're about to do. I just want to make sure you're right before I start. Right there. Look at it right there. That's where we'll keep you. Because I got you probably a little bit closer than what I wanted you to be, but it's where you're at. So where it's at, ba-boom, boom. 2 turntables and a microphone. And I figured this would be easier than jacking that thing all the way over, hooking that snorkel up and stuff like that or whatever. You know, and I'll just be able to do it like this. right. That pan has got to right there, so I'm feeling good. I don't see shit anywhere. I don't see no leaks whatsoever. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm going to climb onto the truck. I'm going to do a visual inspection of everything, okay? Let's get you back up here so you can actually see me and not just like the top of my head or, you know, my mouth moving from the bottom, because I don't know what all you could see. But I'm going to get down there and I'm going to do a visual inspection of, I lost it. Everything that I can see. Yeah, we got plenty in that pan, looks like. So, just to kind of make sure that, yeah, yep, we good. Good with the pan. Visual inspection, so I can see if I see anything, and if I don't see anything, then we're good. We'll button it up the rest of the way. We will crank her down, and we got a 10-pound test thing, pressure thing, so we'll check it out. We'll hook everything else up and we'll come back, and if we find something that is out of the ordinary, and we'll let you know. But other than that, it seems like everything is okay. So maybe we'll be starting this truck pretty soon, or at least trying. Well, we got everything's cool. No leaks except for out the hose clamp that's down on the bottom, because it has basically two that were hooked together to fill the one. But other than that, nothing. No leaks nowhere, so we're good. Everything's put back on, fan shroud, other stuff, shit like that, you know what I mean, things of that nature. And even plugged it in, took the liberty to plug the truck in, because it hadn't been started since July, I think July, August, September, October, that long. So, oh yeah, I need to clamp this off real quick, because if not, we'll have a piss. We'll have an air piss, which it's not that big of a deal. It's just that seat. I'll spin it over like that. Go grab a zip tie real quick and then pinch that thing down and it'll be fine. Jack her down. That's what's left, jacking her down. So we're gonna jack her down, and I'll slide up in there and I'll just turn over the key and fire it up and climb under there and do some checks, you know, just to make sure everything's cool, copacetic, and doing what it needs to do, because that's what we need. And then, you know, we'll go from there. Tomorrow the main priority is finding something for that hose, and then putting the seats back in, and then this thing is ready. You know, the air ride, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. It's coming. So we'll see what's going on here in a second. We'll get her jacked down. Get off there. All right, let's climb up in there and crank it up. Unplugged it already. Open the door. Oh man, look at that floor. Look at that damn floor, man. Look at that floor. So nice. So nice. The key is still okay. That's not good. It's that throttle stuck open. There, I think. Get in. Get in there. Oh, that don't ever happen. That don't ever happen. But it don't ever happen on this truck. You know, that don't ever happen on this truck. Oh, it did. It did though. So that's what's up. Let's go turn this air off over here, and we'll try that again. But hey, Well, that don't ever happen on this freaking truck. Here she goes. Let that thing run for a while. It's been a while. Been a while since I have started my blue truck. It's been a while since I heard it running. Right there is where it was leaking. I tightened that side up. Looks like it's good because I don't see nothing else. Been a while since I seen the smoke rolling out those stacks. Ah, that smells good. Man, that smells good. I cannot keep this shit down on my head. Just wants to keep on flopping up. Woo! Look at that shit. I got a throttle lock I'm going to install on this. It's going to be a pain in the butt because it doesn't have the same quite setup, and this air breather is kind of in the way for that. So we'll have to figure something out when we get to there. But hey, look at this shit. New truck is alive. New radiator, new floor. Radiator, new floor. Building air pressure. Oh yeah, man. Clean them out. Clean them out, boy. Now I just need a seat. I don't be sitting on. Oh no, my air wiper's off. What the fuck are you doing? Passenger side air wiper just going crazy over here, folks. Just going crazy. Oh well. The RPM gauge is working. That's what's up. So yeah, I guess that's what's going on. That's what's up. That's what's up. Woo! We doing it. Got going on back here. Anybody living back here? Anybody? Anybody? Here's a smashed hat. Woohoo! Some rain pants. Belt buckle stuff. Subwoofer back here. So yeah, that's what's up. Take that down because we don't need it. Ooh, gotta get our mic set back up. Figure out where that's at. I'll let this thing build until the air goes, kicks over, and then I'll probably shut it down. 40 PSI oil, engine oil. You know, obviously it's not gonna build on here because we're not gonna run it for that long, but we're good. We are good. So I guess stay tuned and make sure you come back if you want to see what's gonna happen next here. Air ride, seats, you know, it'll be on the show, coming on the show. Chad Keegan YouTube channel, Trucking Edition Spectacular. Blue Truck's back. Mike the comeback, man, don't call it a comeback. And we'll be putting that winter front on here soon because unless it warms up, might have a little summer solstice coming through. what's going on. We doing it. Till then, you know what we say: like, share, subscribe, comment, and we will see ya. Sometimes in the comments I get that one, you know, guy that comes along and says, oh, you drink too much, you had too many to drink, blah blah blah. Look, bro, I drink responsibly, okay? I work my ass off, and if I ever get too sloppy, I shut it down. Which, the thing about it is, and me and drinking is, I'll never get too sloppy. But there was this one time when I was at James Pretty's where I kind of slurred my words a little bit and mixed up a couple truck manufacturers and stuff, but it was funny. And you know, we're just eating lunch because it was lunchtime. You know, I was excited, I was there, and I just, you know, 2 beers before noon, and they were going down good and they tasted good. You know, it's like 90 degrees in Georgia. I was hanging out with my buddies, 3 of the 4 horsemen. You know, what do you expect? It's good times. It's good times. But usually, you know what I'm saying, if I'm doing something serious, we don't get too crazy. You know, we don't get too crazy. We'll get the job done successfully, and then we'll move on to party time. So
Space between the two with a rubber gasket.
Because they won't be a pull them off. That way they got that stretch frame, man. You want to look at a stretch, man.
I see what you're saying, but
Western Star.
I smell what you're stepping in, bro.
Well, that's a Marlin. Marmon.
Yep, old Black Betty, Bland Lamb.